tone is everything. You know how they say, set the tone for the day, set the tone for what you're doing. Tone is everything. When you go in with maybe a bad attitude or reactiveness in whatever is going on with your day, maybe your day started off on the wrong foot, or maybe somebody made you feel bad or angry, and then kind of the day just kind of flowed. Do you ever have those days where it just kind of got worse and worse and worse? Like you felt like maybe somebody at work was coming at you, and we just keep taking things personal, and it just builds and builds and builds. And by the end of the day, when we get home and then we're trying to help our loved ones, we're kind of taking things out on them because we feel so comfortable, because we know that they're going to be there, because they are our loved ones and they're always going to be there, right? At least we think that, we hope that. But we want to not be reactive to the people that we love the most, because our emotions, when they're heightened, or we're upset, or we're angry, or we're frustrated, we take it out on the wrong people sometimes, the people that love us the most, our dear ones, the people that support us. And, you want to make sure that, we set the tone when we walk into the room or the house when we're helping mom or dad, right? We want to make sure that we are in check. So what, we had a bad day, or so what about this little thing, right? It goes back to what my parents always used to say. They used to say, don't call us at work unless you're dying or you're bleeding to death or something silly, right? So we just kind of learned at a young age, don't make that big deal out of the smallest things. And we have to remember that, right, during the day, that these things are not really that big of a deal in the retrospect of our day, of our world, of our loved ones' world, the things that people out there deal with every day that they struggle with. And we're worried about the smallest little thing of our day, and we're like making it blown up and big, big, big. But it's just nice to know that we can kind of put our state back into check, put our tone back into check, and walk into that house after our crazy day, right? And just be like, you know what? That wasn't really that bad. Or why am I reacting so badly? Or why am I getting upset? That was really not that big of a deal. And then you're able to walk in and just take that 5 minute or that 2 minute little break, take a deep breath or two, and, or say whatever you need to say, to make yourself feel positive. Turn the music on, dance to it in the car, or sing your loudest songs that you can when you're driving home. Get yourself back in that great state, so that when you come by your loved one's home and you go over to take care of that loved one, you're in a better mood, because they look for that. They wait for that beacon, that lighthouse, just to come in, because maybe they haven't had a bad day. Maybe they've had a lot of pain today. Maybe they had a friend pass away, or something's going on in their life. And we want to be there. We want to be that smile that walks in, that happy place, that love that they need, that support that they want to feel. Loved ones mirror anxiety. So when you're anxious, when you're frustrated, when you're angry, our tone affects them continuously. And we want to make sure that we check ourselves at the door, right at the threshold. As soon as you walk through that door, you just want to check yourself and make sure that we can change our minds, change our attitudes, change our emotions, so that we can care and love the ones that need it the most, with a better perspective on life, with a better love in our hearts. Because no matter what with caregiving, if you show your love, then you're forgiven for just about anything. How many times has somebody said to you during the day, I'm so stressed out, you need to talk me off the ledge. But as soon as you've said the words like, how can I help, or what can I do to help, it totally dissipates everything. So when your loved one knows you're there to help, it just changes everything in maybe their mood, or maybe what they've been dealing with during the day. So just remember that gentle strength deep down, it goes a lot further than that loud reactiveness that maybe we've dealt with during the day. And we want to make sure that we put ourselves in check at the door, so that we can love and support our loved ones at home, because that's what they deserve.